I am your makeup sis, and I'm here to help you out so that way nobody will be talking. If they gonna be talking, they gonna be saying, dang, her eyebrows look good. That's what they gonna be saying. Hello there, lovelies. Ashley Michelle here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel where you can find beginner beauty tutorials and reviews. And in today's video, we are going to be doing a very in-depth step-by-step eyebrow tutorial, and I'm going to be sharing with you guys some things that you want to avoid and make sure that you are not doing when you are filling in your eyebrows. So without further ado, let's just jump right into the video. Alright y'all, so I'm just super duper excited for today's video because not only are we going to be diving deep into a step-by-step eyebrow tutorial today, but I'm also going to be sharing with you guys some major mistakes that you do not want to be doing when you are filling in your eyebrows. And I'm also going to make sure I give you guys some top-notch pointers so that way you can slay those eyebrows each and every time. So the number one mistake that I have personally made myself when filling in my eyebrows is filling them in way too dark. Never, ever, ever, I don't care if this is all you have, never use black on your eyebrows. I repeat, never use black on your eyebrows. Let's get it in our heads. Never use black on your eyebrows. The reason why you don't want to use black on your eyebrows is because it's going to make your eyebrows look very, very harsh. It's going to draw a lot of attention to your face, and not in a good way. So I'm actually going to demonstrate for you guys pretty much all the mistakes that I've done when it comes to filling in my eyebrows before I actually got it together, okay? The second mistake that I've done with my eyebrows myself personally is making them too long, okay? Looking like I have Nike checks on my face, and that's another mistake too, making them too boxy. So too long, too dark, too boxy, looking like I have Nike checks on my face. We don't want that at all. Don't want your eyebrows too long because it's gonna elongate the face and kind of give your face the look that you're drooping, your face is drooping. So that's another reason why you do not want to make your eyebrows too long. Another mistake that I have made a lot when it comes to doing my eyebrows is the halo effect. Halo effect with eyebrows is when you use a lighter concealer on the bottom and the top of the eyebrow, so it looks like your eyebrows are like glowing again. So back to when I was saying using something too dark, drawing that attention to your face, using a very light concealer on top of the brow is going to do that same thing by just drawing a lot of attention to the eyebrows, but not in the way that we want it, okay? I'm going to demonstrate all these mistakes for you guys so you guys can see, and we're going to compare what not to do with what to do. So I actually don't have a brow product that is black, so what I'm going to be doing is using the Morphe 3503 Fierce by Nature palette. I'm going to be using the eyeshadow, the black eyeshadow out of there, so that way you guys can actually see what it looks like to use something that is too dark for your eyebrows. I'm going to do the mistake eyebrow on my left side, and we're going to do the good eyebrow on my right side, okay? So we also said using too much product is a mistake. So what I'm going to do is make sure I get this brush saturated in this black eyeshadow. You see all that black eyeshadow up there, and we're just gonna go ahead and fill in these eyebrows. So remember, mistake number one is doing your eyebrows too dark. So just by me just putting a little bit of eyeshadow, you can already see the brow. It's already in your face, popping, saying hello, how are you? So we're just gonna go ahead and just continue to apply that black eyeshadow on the brow. Ooh, and it's low-key going on pretty smooth, but I know it's not. I'm gonna get a little bit closer so you guys can really see how dark it looks on my face. And then we also said we don't want our eyebrows too long, so I'm going to extend my eyebrow all the way out here, and we're gonna go in with a lot of more product. And we're gonna extend it in the front too. And then that other mistake, so far my eyebrow is too dark, it's too long at the end and in the front, and we're also giving me those boxy Nike check looking eyebrows as well. So we're doing all the mistakes on this eyebrow. And it's also too big too. So we haven't even concealed the brow, and just looking at this eyebrow and my natural eyebrow, you can already tell this eyebrow is in your face. It's saying, hey girl, you see me because I see you. This is a no-no. Another mistake, like I said with the eyebrows, is using a concealer that is just way too light, not only on the bottom but on the top as well. So what I'm going to do is use my Fawn concealer, because I did know something about Fawn. I did have Fawn. I'm going to place that at the bottom of the eyebrow, and I'm just going to take it out the tube. And go right underneath the eyebrow. And remember, you guys, we using too much product on this side as well. So I'm just gonna get all that concealer. I'm just gonna go ahead and sculpt that out. So we're gonna go ahead and blend that on out. So using a lighter concealer is going to give you that nice highlighting effect. It's going to make your eyebrows look like they've been freshly waxed. So that is definitely what we want on the bottom. But you guys, I used to take the same concealer I used on the bottom and applied it to the top. So this is the NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer in the shade Caramel. This concealer is about 2 to 3 shades lighter than my actual complexion. So I'm going to apply that on the top of the brow. And I'm gonna take my brush to try to clean it up a little bit. Okay, so this is what I mean by halo effect, you guys. You see how bright, even though I am blending out the concealer, it's still leaving a very light cast around the eyebrow. So yes, I can go in with my foundation to blend that together, but it's only so close that I'm gonna be able to get to my eyebrow without messing up the shape. So what happens is, yes, I'll be able to apply some foundation that matches my complexion on top of this, but I don't want to mess up my eyebrow shape. So I'm still gonna have about this much of that light highlighted look around the eyebrow. So this is what we don't want. My eyebrow is way too long, the tail is too long, the front is too long. It's definitely too big. It's not my natural eyebrow shape. We do have it really boxy in the front, and the color is too dark. And then last but not least, we have a halo eyebrow going on. So this is what you do not want to do. You do not want to do these mistakes when you are filling in your eyebrows, because you guys, somebody gonna say something. They may not say something to you, but somebody gonna be saying something about your eyebrows. And I am your makeup sis, and I'm here to help you out so that way nobody will be talking. If they gonna be talking, they gonna be saying, dang, her eyebrows look good. That's what they gonna be saying. So this is what we do not want to do. We don't want this, sis. I'm gonna get close so y'all can put it in your memory. We do not want this. Don't want it. Don't do it. No black. And it really does look like a check mark. That's crazy. So I'm gonna leave this side right here so that way we can work on the side that we do need to do, so that way you guys can see the two. And then I'm gonna go back and make this eyebrow match this one at the end. When you fill in your eyebrows, regardless of how long or short your natural hairs are, the tail of your eyebrow should not go past the corner of your eye. So if we put the pencil on this side, we can already see that tail is gone past the corner of my eye. So it's way too long. And like I said, the longer you draw your eyebrows out, the wider your face is going to appear. So we already know that this eyebrow on this side is too long. And far as where your eyebrow should start it should start right about on the side of the bridge of your nose. So where your nostril is on the side, that's where your eyebrows should naturally start. So we're gonna start on the bridge on the nose. So we're gonna start at the bridge on the nose, and then we're gonna end at the corner of the eye. So if I would have extended this eyebrow out a little bit further, I would almost look like I have a unibrow. And we definitely don't want that. Now I know you're probably thinking, well, where do I arch my eyebrow if I don't have an arch? So if you do not have a natural arch in your eyebrow, or if your arches are too different, like myself, I have one eyebrow that is straighter than the other, you do want to actually draw your arch of your eyebrow right diagonally on the middle of the eye. So your eyebrow is going to start on the outside of the nose, right beside the nostril. It's going to arch right across the middle of the eye, and then it's going to end at the corner or the outer corner of the eye. So that is your roadmap to success, ladies, when it comes to filling in those eyebrows. When I fill in my eyebrows, I do like to start at the bottom of the brow and then work my way to the top. So I'm gonna start at the arch of the eyebrow, and we already know the arch is right over the middle of the eye. And I'm just going to take my pencil, and I'm using very, very light pressure. That's why I'm grabbing my pencil towards the back. If you do hold the pencil closer to the front, you're putting all of that pressure in. More pressure means your eyebrow is gonna look a whole lot more harsher because you're gonna be applying a lot more product. So less pressure, less tension the further back that you hold your hand on your pencil. And this also goes for using your brushes as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and start right here at the arch, and I'm just going to draw a line to where my tail should stop. And my tail naturally stops right about where the edge of my eye is, so I don't even have to go past that. I know if I start right there, then I'm good. I'm in the safe zone. So now I'm gonna do another line. And another thing too, you guys, I'm actually drawing inside of my eyebrow hairs. And the reason why I'm drawing inside of my eyebrow hairs and not on the outside is so that way I can keep the natural shape of my eyebrow as much as possible. Now you can actually outline your eyebrows, but just keep in mind when you go back and conceal, you may have to do a little bit more cleaning up depending on what shape you're going for. So I'm gonna just go ahead and take the pencil, and we're gonna go to the front of the brow. And I'm not gonna go all the way to the front because I wanna keep that natural feathered look in the front of the eyebrow. I'm gonna go about right where the corner of the eyeball starts. And I'm just gonna draw another line and connect that to the line where we have the arch. So I have two lines so far, one from the arch to the tail, and then one from the front of the brow to the arch. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the top of the brow that we did to the bottom of the brow. So I'm gonna go back to the arch of the eyebrow inside of my eyebrow hairs, and I'm going to draw a line to connect to the tail. And next I'm going to go back to the front of the eyebrow, and we're not gonna go to the very front, we're gonna go about halfway. And I'm gonna draw a line inside my eyebrow hairs to the arch. And that's basically my 4 lines that I'm gonna be working with. So now you can actually go back in and fill in your eyebrows. So this is up to your preference. If you wanna go for a more natural look, you just wanna go back in and fill in the spaces where your eyebrow hairs are kind of sparse or where you see some gaps. So I do have a couple of gaps right in here in my eyebrow. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make some light hand strokes with the pencil. Alright, so now that I have my eyebrow filled into my liking, and already just like that, you guys, we are already looking really good, and you can already tell that this is not what you want on this side. We don't want this. So now I'm gonna go in with the spoolie side of the brush, and I'm just gonna go through the eyebrow lightly just so we can blend everything together, and it really doesn't look like I filled them in, even though we know I filled them in, but brushing through your eyebrows is gonna give you that natural effect to your eyebrow hairs. And you guys, another thing that will absolutely help you when it comes to filling in your eyebrows is keeping your eyebrows groomed, and that can be tweezing them, plucking them, getting them waxed, threaded, anything That's also going to help you have a consistent shape. So now I'm actually going to sculpt out the brows, which is my favorite part. So when it comes to sculpting out the brows, I like to use a concealer shade that is 1 to 2 shades lighter than my complexion, just in the front underneath the eyebrow. And the reason why I like to do that is so that way it just gives it a more natural appearance. I used to like to use a concealer that was 3 shades lighter across the whole under portion of the eye, but sometimes it just looked a little off to me, so I decided to do a 1, 2, 3 method when it comes to my concealer shades, which I'm pretty sure you guys have already kind of picked up on with my videos. So I like to use 3 creamy radiant concealers from NARS, the shades Walnut, Chocolate, and Caramel. So Caramel is this light shade that you see right here. I only like to use the lightest shade, which is about 3 shades lighter than my complexion, right underneath the arch and then to the tail. And the reason why I like to place that concealer in that area is because it kind of reinforces, oh, I just got my eyebrows waxed or threaded, like they look very fresh, and it just gives a nice highlighted or lifted appearance. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply the shade Caramel right underneath the arch and the tail. And next I'm going to be using the shade Walnut, and I'm going to be placing Walnut right underneath where the eyebrow starts, and I'm just going to meet that with the other concealer. I'm going to take a small concealer brush, and I'm simply just going to follow those lines that I created with the concealer, and I'm going to get as close as I can to my eyebrow without actually getting into my eyebrow hairs. And now I'm just going to blend that concealer out. And then I just love how using those 2 different concealer shades, it just melts right into my eyelids. So we still have that nice highlighted effect right underneath the arch of the eyebrow, but it's not all over. Last thing I'm gonna do is apply a darker concealer. Now this concealer is closer to my complexion. This one is about 1 to 2 shades darker than the shade Walnut, and this is the Chocolate Creamy Radiant NARS concealer. And I'm just going to place that right on top of my eyebrow. And I'm basically just outlining my eyebrow shape with the applicator. And you guys notice that I'm not using a whole lot of concealer as well as compared to the other side. You use a lot of concealer, it gets a little messy sometimes, and then it's harder to go back in and clean things up. So I'm just basically... And I'm just gonna take a brush to blend that concealer out, and I'm using patted motions to blend the concealer out as well. And now I'm just gonna repeat the same steps on the other eye, and we're gonna be back to wrap this video on up. Alright you guys, so that is all for this how to fill in your eyebrows and things that you want to avoid while doing your eyebrows video. I hope that you guys really did enjoy this video and learn something new. And do not forget to give this video a thumbs up and drop me a comment down below and share with me some of your favorite tips that you like to do when you fill in your eyebrows. And do not forget to subscribe so you can see more beginner beauty tutorials like this one. And you guys already know what to do. Remember to stay beautiful, stay blessed, stay safe, and stay poppin'. And I will catch y'all in my next video. Bye.